I work for NAPAC. We run a support line for adult survivors of childhood abuse, and every single day we hear from hundreds of people who have suffered childhood abuse. So we know something about the devastating consequences of this crime, and it's not something that is trivial, and it's not something that just goes away in people's life. It often remains with them, potentially for the rest of their lives. So these increases, and it's been going on for years, the use of technology, but these increases that are coming out are extremely worrying. And I think it's important, I know you've got CEOP coming on later, but I think it's very important that organisations like CEOP and the police generally are given far more resources to tackle this vile crime, which goes to the heart and the soul of attacks on our children.
Do you think the official figures reveal the real picture?
I think, John, it's one of those, the crime of child abuse is possibly the most hidden crime in our society. And I'm always hesitant when people say, you know, how prevalent is it? We know it's huge. The NSPC, our colleagues at NSPCC will tell you that something like 1 in 4 children will suffer childhood abuse. 1 in 4 is an outrageous statistic. I'm confident, sadly, that it probably is something like that based on the work that I do. So we've got a lot of work in society to do. And of course, abusers come in all shapes and sizes. When we were brought up, it was the stranger danger that we were concerned about, whereas now we know that abusers come in the shape of school teachers, of priests, and sadly, most of all, in the shape of dad or granddad or mother or grandmother.
And does that make it a lot more difficult to track when the abuse is being carried out by the very people children should trust, and also who are there to protect them when they're using the internet?
Absolutely. And you know, as I say, at NAPAC, the #1 perpetrator that we hear about, and probably the one that children would find most difficult to shop, to talk about, is someone very close to them, like dad. And how do you deal with that if that happens to you?
Well, how do you, just very briefly, what's your advice to parents this morning?
Oh, to parents, be vigilant, but also put pressure on the government to introduce mandatory reporting for abuse when it occurs in schools and institutions. That's one thing government can legislate about, but most importantly, have a very, very good, open, communicative relationship with your children. You need to know what is going on in their lives. Respect, yes, but also, you know, no secrets, absolutely no secrets.